We're going ballistic, Mav. We're going ballistic, Mavic Mini. So, if we are meeting for the first time, my name is Brian. This is Alan Parsnip, the drone. Thank you, Lori Wayne, for that name suggestion on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Bidwell Canyon Farm. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and giving us a shaka, minus the pinky. It's actually just a thumbs up, unfortunately. They should do this. I want more of this. I love this little drone. It's incredible. I usually throw it in the car with me, and in case I see something radical or there's something beautiful going on, I'm like, send up the drone. I always have wanted to explore a little bit of the nearby mountain range, and there's one spot in particular called the Bear and the Honey Pot. It's a local landmark. Everyone sees it or has seen it or has heard of it at least. And I've always looked at it and thought, I need to shoot the drone through the Bear and the Honey Pot. There's a gap. You'll see it in the footage. What is amazing, this drone crashed into the top of the bear, like the bear's back. It just smashed into it. It went into a full-blown tumble off the cliff. The craziest part about it is I had no idea. So my screen on the phone was black because I lost signal once I shot the gap. It stops completely and it does a return to home function. So it spins around and then it just skags itself into the top of the bear, the rock, the back of the rock, the mountaintop. But I didn't know it because I was able to bring it home. I had no idea I crashed it. It's kind of a miracle, really, I think. I don't know. I think the drone gods were watching over me. We're going to look at some of the damage. I'm going to show you the footage of the actual crash and what ensued, the flat spin and the tumbling. And we're going to put some new blades on. I got the Fly More package from DJI, which gives you some spare blades and some different things. So we're going to replace some of the wrecked blades. One thing, when it came home, when I flew it back to the truck, the battery door was open like this, and it was kind of out of whack, off to the side, and I was like, what the heck? The wind must have really been blowing up there because I was getting high wind advisory. The prop definitely took a little bit of a beating. I think most of the props actually made contact with the mountaintop. However, most of the rest of the body and everything, I can't find any issues. The gimbal, the lens, everything looks cool. There's no damage that I can tell to the actual drone. So I'm going to replace the blades and see how it flies. It was acting pretty funny during the second part of the flight after I had crashed, and it came really close to being a hike. A beautiful hike it would have been. However, it would have taken a long time to get up that mountain from where I was flying. And I've literally, every time I pass by this rock, I look at that gap and I think, how awesome would it be to fly the drone through the gap? Now, if I had a squirrel suit and an airplane and I was single, I would probably try to shoot the gap with my body. But the drone keeps me safe. I was doing a little initial fly through, checking it out, seeing how it was going to go. And then right on the backside of the mountain, I lose the signal. So my phone goes black at this point. The drone itself initiates its return to home function. So it spins back toward home. And then it runs itself straight on in to the back of the bear. Boom! And we're flying. At this point, I still think I'm on the backside, so I push down on the left stick to gain altitude, and I was just thinking it would come up from behind the rock, maybe, and I would get the signal back. Little did I know all this was happening because my screen was black at this point. Right up here, there's a really interesting shadow. It looks to me right here, it looks to me as though the left front arm is folded back. Almost completely folded back. And then there's this last impact here, which maybe flipped it back open. And then I engage the elevation gain right here, and it's starting to fly. Nearly miss a rock right there. I mean, inches. And it's flying. So right here is where my screen comes back, and I'm staring at these pine trees wondering, where the heck am I? I'm looking around trying to find the landmark, and I thought I was on the back side of it still, and eventually I realized, oh wow, I'm back out front. The wind must absolutely be whipping. But I didn't stop the flight. I wanted to keep going and capture these beautiful green lichens on this killer rock face. And the clouds were fantastic. Everything was really awesome. And I was still getting some really smooth shots until right here I started noticing a little gimbal shake and some flight control issues. And then it started really kind of shaking. But I thought it was the wind still, so I kept going, and I was still able to get these couple smooth kind of orbit shots around the bear and up over the top of the bear. And while the drone was here, I just wanted to maximize my time up here on the mountain. Eventually the battery ran low and I had to return to home. That flight back was pretty rough. The control was not great, and the drone kind of seemed to have a mind of its own. I sped this up 2 times just to save you from being bored to death. I nearly hit this huge pine tree, and I was just trying to get the thing back to the truck at this point, and I'm wondering what in the heck is going on. I finally get the Mavic Mini back in the palm of my hand. I see the battery door open, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that wind must have just been howling at the top to blow that battery hatch open like that. And it wasn't until after I pulled the memory card out of the Mavic Mini and got the footage into my iPhone that I realized how lucky I was to even have the drone back from that crazy adventure, that crazy crash. What an amazing machine. I've seen plenty of them wrecked on the internet, but somehow this time it came out unscathed, and I highly recommend it. I really like this drone. I will leave a link down below in the show notes if it interests you. Check out that link. And if you are interested in joining the Farm Fam, please consider hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up if you found value in it. Thank you very much. I love you all. I will catch you on the next one. Shaka! And remember, you see that little embossed dash right there? That's your front right. So from the back of your drone, the front right is the one that gets the dash, and the back left.